What if I told you that a small loan of $100 could pull a family out of poverty and spark a ripple effect that transforms an entire community? What if I told you this has been happening all over the world? This is what development economics is all about. It's a term that might sound a bit complex, but at its heart, it's about how nations, communities, and people make decisions to improve their lives. And the cool part? It's not just about the money, it's about the choices we make to create a better future. Whether it's the food on your table, the roads you drive on, or even the technology you use, development economics touches everything. It's in the air we breathe, the water we drink, and even the clothes we wear. It's a big part of the world we're building every day. In this video, we'll dive into some incredible stories, uncover jaw-dropping facts, and explore how you can be a part of building better futures. Buckle up for some wow moments, trust me, you won't want to miss this. Let's start with a powerful story. Imagine a mother of two in a small village in India named Priya. Priya, like many women in her village, faced immense challenges. But with a small loan of just $100 to buy a sewing machine, her life, and the lives of the women around her, was forever changed. Now, Priya doesn't just sew clothes. She runs a small business, and that sewing machine has created jobs for 3 other women. Together, they're helping send their children to school and investing back into their community. They're breaking the cycle of poverty, and they're doing it one stitch at a time. Here's the wild part, over 90% of microloans around the world are repaid in full. That's right, 90%. That's a better track record than most traditional banks in big economies. So, why does microfinance work so well? Well, it's all about trust. These loans aren't just numbers on a balance sheet, they're about real people, real dreams, and real change. And Priya's story is just the beginning. Let's take a look at what happens when entire countries bet on sustainable, green growth. Picture this, you're in Copenhagen, biking through a city powered by wind turbines. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's reality in Denmark, where nearly 50% of the country's electricity comes from renewable energy sources. And guess what? It's not just good for the planet, it's great for the economy too. Denmark's green economy isn't just a policy, it's a booming industry. And it's helping the country become one of the world leaders in energy innovation. Wind turbines don't just power homes, they create jobs, boost exports, and reduce energy costs. But let's look further north. In Iceland, geothermal energy isn't just heating homes, it's powering an entire tourism industry. The Blue Lagoon, a geothermal spa, attracts over 1.3 million visitors every year. And that brings in millions of dollars to the local economy. Here's something that might blow your mind, for every dollar spent on green infrastructure, we're seeing up to $7 in economic benefits. Imagine that kind of return on investment. So, green economies are clearly powerful, but there's more. Education and culture also play huge roles in economic development. Let's take a step back and think about something we often overlook, education. What's the real economic value of a school? Or a cultural tradition passed down for generations? These might seem intangible, but their impact is anything but. Take Kenya, for example. Research shows that when girls are educated, the national GDP increases by as much as 12%. Why? Because education doesn't just benefit individuals, it transforms communities. Educated women are more likely to start businesses, advocate for health and nutrition, and invest in their children's education. It creates a cycle of growth and opportunity that ripples outward. And then there's Bhutan, a small country with a big idea. Bhutan doesn't measure success in terms of dollars and cents. Instead, they focus on something called gross national happiness. Here, cultural preservation and sustainable development are treated as equally important as economic growth. Policies are made with people's happiness and well-being at the center. It's a completely different way of looking at progress, and it's inspiring countries around the world to rethink their priorities. And here's a stat you might not expect: every additional year of schooling increases an individual's income by 10%. Think about that. Over a lifetime, that adds up to more opportunities, greater financial security, and, on a national scale, a stronger economy. It's why investing in education is one of the most impactful things we can do for the future. Now let's add culture to the mix. Across the globe, cultural traditions are economic powerhouses in disguise. In Mexico, Dia de los Muertos is more than just a festival, it generates millions of dollars in tourism and supports local artisans. In Japan, preserving ancient tea ceremonies fuels both tourism and cultural education, helping to sustain a $40 billion cultural heritage industry. But beyond the numbers, education and culture shape who we are. They connect us to our roots and prepare us for the future. They teach us how to solve problems, innovate, and dream bigger. They remind us of our shared humanity and the power of working together. Education and culture aren't just nice-to-haves, they're the foundation of sustainable and thriving economies. They connect the past to the future and empower individuals and communities to create lasting change. So, how do all these pieces fit together in the bigger picture? Let's explore. Let's take a moment to imagine you're handed $1,000 and it's up to you to make a difference in your community. What would you choose to do with it? Would you build a school to invest in education? Fund a renewable energy project to ensure a greener future? Or create a cultural center to preserve traditions and strengthen community bonds? There's no right answer, but each choice can create ripples that extend far beyond that initial investment. So think about it, what would make the biggest difference where you live? And why? Here's the thing, development economics isn't just about charts, spreadsheets, and fancy words. At its core, it's about people. It's about the choices we make every day, the priorities we set, and the future we want to build. From the smallest microloan in a rural village to large-scale green energy investments in cities, each piece of the puzzle matters. And the beauty of it all? Every action, no matter how small, adds to a bigger picture of progress and possibility. Think about Priya's sewing machine in India. Think about the wind turbines in Denmark. Think about the schools in Kenya and the traditions preserved in Bhutan. Every one of these stories shows us that progress isn't one size fits all. It's as unique as the communities it serves. And that's why your role matters. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a student, or someone passionate about making a difference, you're part of this story too. So, what have we learned? We've seen how microfinance can empower communities, turning small investments into life-changing opportunities. We've explored how green economies don't just protect the planet, they fuel industries and innovation. And we discovered that education and culture are just as essential as economic growth when it comes to building sustainable futures. The truth is, every small action we take matters. Whether it's supporting a local business, advocating for renewable energy, investing in education, or simply sharing knowledge, these actions ripple outward to create change. Development economics shows us that change starts small, but its impact can be massive. It teaches us to see the potential in people, the value of communities, and the importance of sustainability in everything we do. Now it's your turn. What economic solution inspires you the most? What's one thing you can do today, right now, to make a difference in your own community? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so share them in the comments below. And if this video opened your eyes to something new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to PlanetariHub for more explorations into the hidden connections that shape our world. Together, we can make curiosity and action go hand in hand. This is PlanetariHub, where curiosity meets action. See you next time.